Welcome to this week's episode of the Indy and Doctor podcast. Got a nice tight top. Andy.
Okay. Thank you. Shout out to my coach, JS Coaching. It's not just Scott and Singh.
It's just Scott and Singh coaching.
Everyone thinks that. It's not Jamie Summerfield. So, yeah. Don't wear this often. Couple need washing. So, I did gym gazy. So, time paya. But, yeah, man, making them games.
Haven't showered yet? Ganda.
Bartoga, bro.
That's what my nanny used to call me as a kid when I hadn't showered.
Not ganda bacha, ganda banda.
Ganda banda. Yeah.
That's pretty funny, actually. I mean, mainly probably because it rhymes.
It does rhyme, yeah.
Yeah. You were close to your nanny.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I like my nanny. I didn't like my bibi.
Daddy.
Bibi. Same.
Yeah, the thing is, if you say bibi, it could be one or the other. It could
bibi
could be nanny, but daddy is daddy and nanny is nanny, you know.
Never clocked that. Good point. Hanji, well, Karan, hello. I'd like to talk to you about flags, please, buddy. Yeah. Friends with flags.
Chandi.
Like Sheldon from,
Chandi.
Big Bang Theory. Please tell me you watched the Big Bang Theory.
I do, but not religiously.
Yeah. Oh, man. Okay.
Not like I watched The Office.
Episode. Yeah. It's decent. Anyway.
There you go. That's.
So, our boy Aman, shout out to Cloud 9000, went very viral with his video. So he put up a video trolling people that were going around putting the British flag logo everywhere, one roundabout at a time was his phrase. And I said it was going to go triple platinum. By that, I mean it was going to do big numbers, and it really did. I think it's done huge numbers on TikTok and Instagram, and that's been picked up by meme pages. So shout out to man. But I think it's a decent topic for us to talk about. So like the significance of the English flag and why people wear that over the British flag, why it's come out and about more aggressively right now compared to say in the past. What's the incentive for it? And I think it's good to ask as well, what does it kind of mean for like other brown people and maybe tensions in the community? So what's your thoughts?
Where do you want to start? Do you want to start with the context first? And then I'll give you my thoughts on that.
So the context is there's been protests happening outside asylum hotels.
Yes.
Some of those happened in Epping, and one of those has resulted in a court. And actually, no, one step back. There was a alleged sexual assault on a girl in the area by an asylum seeker. That led to mass protests outside the hotel, which then led to, I think, court proceedings being initiated to stop other asylum seekers coming in and being housed at that hotel in that area. And now other local councils are looking to pursue the same legal route.
Yep.
Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah, pretty much. I think obviously, look, the tension's been building for a while. Definitely in Starmer's term now. It's
felt like it's a summer thing, mate. Like every summer. Another problem.
Maybe, but definitely in the most recent past. It's just, I think people are definitely more organized, more vocal. And the stuff that's coming out now, like, I mean, they're obviously very, very much on the right, but GB News, they've done some interviews where, they go to, I think they've gone to Calais or they've gone to certain parts of France, or as people are coming off on our side, they're actually interviewing, why are you coming here? And so, and the piece of content, like, you've seen that funny content where somebody comes off the boat and it's obviously AI made, but it's like, here's a phone, here's some money, here's some vouchers. And then they transpose that with pensioners, cost of living is going up, inflation's going up, we can't afford this, heating or eating. So you got that side who've put the work in. I said to Jamie, I was talking to Jamie today, I said, it's a bit like, obviously this is really facetious, but you've been a Sky customer for 20 years, right? And you pay a certain fee, and then, oh, I'm a new client and you get the super, super, super deal. I'm a value customer. Where's my kind of, loyalty deal? And I think that's what's being played on now. It's like, why are you giving all this here when these people haven't got housing and all these basic needs met? And then that's led to, I think that's one part of it. And the second part is we've had a long period of a lot of Palestine flags went up, right? When that was all, obviously the conflict's still going on. But when that was kind of at its peak and there was no kind of, let's take down Palestine flags, although more recently, I think that has become a thing. But then their point is, well, if you can put those flags up, why can't we put our flags up? If you're from England, we should be wrapping the flag is kind of the point, the notion.
Yeah. So I'd say there's quite a difference associated with the Palestine flag versus the England flag. The England flag has a lot of other connotations associated with it, with like hard nationalism. If you ask Desi parents in the 70s, or that came in the 70s, they're the ones who were the victims of having to go up against the National Front and protest against them. We did a whole podcast about this, about the documentary that came on, right?
Yeah.
Talking about how they fought back against the far right and how they were pushing against it. And those were the guys who were in, those kind of flags, and they were using that flag as a sign of patriotism. So for some people that are brown, they might, or from that generation, they will perceive it as like, oh, that's the National Front coming back. So they've got that feeling or that what's the word? That hard memory associated with it, right?
Yeah.
For us guys, say in the 90s and 2000s, or us kids born here, we don't necessarily have that same fear associated with it.
And it's interesting because I think you touched upon in your opening kind of monologue there, which is about, look, you've got the Union Jack flag, the British flag, and then you have the St. George's flag, right? Now, if it's football, if England playing football, everyone's united, the George's flag is out, and it seems to be that's fine. Now, the flag is the flag, right? And obviously, if there's a connotation with that, much in the same way, it's like saying, well, every Muslim's a terrorist. Obviously not correct. And, that shouldn't be said. Or someone gave me another example today. He was like, well, the phrase Allahu Akbar means God is great. But in certain scenarios now, you think, oh, somebody's about to blow themselves up. Again, that's got nothing, but it's not wrong in itself. The flag in itself isn't wrong. But yes, there is a minority of kind of hard right extremism who are repping for something else. Now, the question for me is, look, there are people, I count myself as British. I think you'd say you're British as well.
Yeah.
I think a united kingdom, a Britain which is full of, all of us, and look, that word we used in our previous podcast about integration, but I'm going to define it straight away, which is finding a way to better get on with each other, is important. That I think we should focus on. But there are obviously going to be some people, some extreme people, who are basically saying, no, we want England to be whiter. And I think that is concerning. But again, if you speak to, I still think the majority of people are kind of in the middle, which is, no, we're not saying that everybody needs to be gore, everyone needs to be white. But at the same time, if you're going to be here, I think the general things seem to be contribute to society in whatever way that's going to be, and find a way to get on with each other and respect each other's views, opinions, cultures. Then the thing, and I think we have spoken about this in the past, is I think came on LBC and somebody was calling in to say, if you're going to come here, then, respect our values and our culture. And then James went back and said, please define what that is, right? And that question, what is British culture, is a very hard thing to answer outside of kind of banter, dry wit, fish and chips, scones, getting pissed. Like, it obviously has to be more than that, but it's actually a hard thing to define. And so Jamie and I, we were talking about, well, it's like if somebody comes off the plane, if I came off the plane today, land in the UK, and I'm still a national of another country, and I haven't taken the exam to be a British citizen, it's not like this training I go through to be like, here's how to be British. That integration type of training doesn't exist, number one. Number two, if it did, what would it look like? So we came up with like broad areas like language is important, having a sense of humor and banter, but that will develop with language is important. And then we were talking about appearance. Not that you should have to look a certain way, but I do feel, and I've said this many times, the way in which I look, I have gears, I have a long beard. I know that certain people, when they're looking at me, they feel a certain way. Until I open my mouth, then the tension visibly goes. Now, it shouldn't be that way, but I know that exists, and that's why I put that in the appearance. What are your thoughts?
I don't really have any thoughts on what you said. I think some of the stuff you said there's fair. I forgot to add to the bit on the end, which is the Palestine flag that people are waving, is more so in support of saying we're against the suppression of the state of Palestine, and it should be having its own place, and people should be able to live there peacefully. It shouldn't be bombed to shreds. Yep. So when people say, why can they fly the Palestine flag versus the St. George's flag, they're two very different movements, and they're two very different things being championed. When
Agreed.
Everybody was waving the Ukrainian flag, or they turned the shard in the colors of exactly. So it's like, well, that's okay. So I don't think there's anything wrong with showing support for a country that's going through a war, and that's what that flag is there representing, a resistance towards. Not that I think much comes as a result of having a flag out, like in your Instagram bio or whatever. But Jello, if that makes you feel better and that's important to you, then go for it. Now,
I think that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah. With the with the British flag.
Yeah.
I was thinking, why don't people go through the effort of putting the British flag everywhere instead of the English flag?
But I've seen a mix. I don't know what you've seen, but I've seen
I've just seen English flags.
No, online or in person, real life?
I've not actually seen it anywhere around me in real life. I've gone out and about and tried to find it, but I'm like on the outskirts of London, so I don't see it.
Yeah. I have seen it, and I've seen a mix. So there are bits where it's purely St George's, and you've got this like our England or this is England, more charged. But then you do have a lot of Union Jack. For example, on our roundabout, one of our neighbours, Phil, he's got a Jhanda, and it's Union Jack.
Jhanda Kia?
Jhanda's flag, Punjabi flag.
Oh, okay.
But at the same time, it's, I think because people always make that comparison. Look, you go to America, people have it on their own homes. It's very normal for them. Being patriotic to the point you're proud, but not in a way that you're saying, I want to impose my views on others, I think is okay. Again, it comes down to the intention. But yes, you're right. The reason to fly this flag at the moment is different to why people are championing the Palestine flag. But again, what they're saying is, or the people here seem to be saying is, look, we don't want to be second class, like treat us fairly. There's clearly not enough resource to go around. Why do you please shut these borders or whatever it is? Just get this in control, because it's just no one's getting like a fair bit. The cost of everything's going up. People haven't got a disposable income. Public services are just super, super stretched. And but the taxpayer is paying for these phones, these hotels. Like, it's great business for the hotels, man.
So the hotel point, I said this to you before in the past. I actually looked into it. Those hotels aren't hotels anymore. It's not a room service thing. It's not like, oh, you're going to be making a butt ton of money and they're down calling saying, hey, bring me up my English breakfast. It's turned into like bunk beds. People do get this kind of, when you say hotels, people think that.
Okay, whatever word you want to use. Yeah.
People are going to think, oh, they're living in like a hotel and I'm living in a council house, like Aki Honda. And that's not right. So the hotels are cleaning up because they strike a deal with the councils who are willing to take that on and make that money.
Correct.
So that's where one problem falls, right? The second thing is the government shouldn't be putting them up in hotels itself because they are expensive. But I don't know what the other alternative of that actual problem is. I don't know.
So the two things have been,
answer to that.
The two things have been touted is, one is set of camps like they have in Calais or in France, so very temporary accommodation. That's number one. Number two is, what they're saying is you just don't accept. That's what they're saying.
But you can't not accept because we're a part of the European Convention of Human Rights.
Yeah,
so you have to.
Okay, so there's two parts of that now. So then they're saying if you've come through a country which is already a safe place, you do not then need to leave that country to come to the UK. You're then choosing to come here because it has a better benefit system, for example. If you come through France and France is deemed safe...
Why is it always benefits that people go for?
What do you mean?
When people say they have a better benefit system here in the UK, why is that the go-to thing where people say we have a better benefit system? The benefit system over here is really bad now. It's not what people once thought it was. It's ridiculously low pay for a week. And when you come over here, this whole phone and stuff like that, it's not that true. People aren't just given phones willy-nilly at a border to come and collect, like how you said, the AI generated thing.
Yeah. No, that's facetious.
It's not done to that level. But again, it's the story that you can tell so easily. Like somebody arrives, phone, this, that, the other. You get a hotel. Like, it just sounds more luxurious than what somebody has.
Yeah, but no smoke without fire, right? Like, so fine, it might not to be at that level what you're saying, which is 7-star, 5-star. But bro, free money is still free money, man. Like, that's not. There are a number of people, and I think Panorama or the other one, Dispatches, have done something on Channel 4 where they try and go undercover to expose people who are benefiting of the benefit system. I'm not saying just illegal immigrants. I'm saying people who are native here are doing the same thing. I used to work, man, for somebody who assessed certain things, right? And it was very clear to me that if you knew what to say and you had certain scripts, that there was no way. I didn't have a team that could go and follow you and basically, show that you were basically faking all these things.
Yeah.
So I agree. Now, the thing is, having looked at how much people receive on the benefits, it's not like they're not making 10 grand a month, right? So it's not like, oh my God, you're going to ball a lifestyle. For some people, they look at it and they think, wow, I could do a job, it's this much pay, or I could be on benefits, this much pay. The job is a little bit more, takes all my hours, or I can do this. I'm not saying that everybody does that, but there is a subsection definitely who are doing that.
Yeah, but I don't know how well that works now because the benefit system has just been cleaved away. Like it's not as good as it once was in the 2000s or 2010s.
In terms of what, the amount of money, or what do you mean?
In terms of the amount of money that you could once claim, what that would get you, and how that's kept up with inflation, it just hasn't.
Yeah. So inflation, one thing, but two, the budget is just the spread, man. Like there's not
right, and the budget's been spread, and there's a lot less of it. But in terms of the benefit status and the immigration status, I've got a stat here. So the immigration status of benefit claimants for the first time has been published. 8 million people receive universal credit. 83% were British and Irish nationals. Mm-hmm. So that's 83% more that we could be focusing on instead of. I get that is a problem, the other 17%. Totally fair.
Yeah.
But I'd rather look at it like a holistic thing instead of just focusing on this one narrow part. And let's say, for argument's sake, if we deported all the 600,000 people that were here, for example, does your life get automatically better? I don't know if it does. And that's not to say that people should just come here and just keep on taking and taking.
Yeah.
Of course not. Yeah. But it doesn't mean that your problems right now are going to be fixed. Like the energy price cap's gone up again in October. It's gotten barely any coverage. It's all about this stuff at the moment, and that's all you can see or read at the moment. Yeah. So the worry is that the anger is being misplaced in the wrong areas of how people feel. And that's why I think this is like a fair conversation to have today, where even if you're painting roundabouts and you're painting zebra crossings with people with like, the flag or whatever,
the
council have to go back over and paint over it again. And if you keep doing it, they have to keep painting over it again and again, because that's therefore more tax money that you're wasting again. So I don't know if that's the wisest idea or the wisest thing to do if you want to show your patriarchy, your patriotism, not patriarchy. And the other question I think is fair is why everybody is waving the flag stuff now versus in the past. Like we could have done it a few weeks ago when the Lionesses won the World Cup. Could have kept all your flags out ever since England lost in the final at the World Cup. Like that's fair. Why does it have to come out at the moment that is used as a political symbol just against other people coming here? I don't understand why it's now versus then. It feels very opportunistic. It doesn't feel like it's done with the right intent or with the right feeling in mind. You can say it's one thing and you can say, oh, it's just because I'm proud to be English or British. But then why are you doing this right now when tensions are getting higher and higher towards people who are seeking asylum in the UK?
I think we answered that.
I think they're all fair questions to ask.
Yeah, but I think you answered that in the opening monologue again. It is because of rising tensions. That's exactly why people are doing it now. And but for those people who are doing it, yes, there are the hard right of that group. And I agree with your point there with the stat there, which is fine. The deportation, one, but two, closing the doors doesn't solve everything. But what people say is it's a start. So in the same way, I try and explain this to patients when they come to A&E and they're like, why is the wait so long? Like 9 hours to see a patient. And I said, because we have to sort whoever's already in this waiting room, we have to sort out, and their ongoing treatment is happening. Plus there are people coming through that door and we can't close the door. If we could close the door, we'd catch up really quickly, but we can't close the door. So that is a point. And then the other point, yes, there definitely should be how do you put this? There has to be a greater incentive to work. And that gap I'm talking about there between how much I can make from being on benefits versus how much I can make in a job has to be more that pushes people to, no, I should be working. I want to work.
So a radical idea then, from my perspective, is why don't we just let the asylum seekers work in the UK, keep them tracked as you normally would, and then therefore they're contributing to the economy as soon as they get here, or relatively faster, because that way that abolishes this concept of your benefits scrounge and you're here chilling, you're getting a hotel. If you put them into other council housing or temporary accommodation of some sort, get people working and they're contributing towards the economy, I still don't know if that's going to be enough, because the numbers that still come over is still going to be seen as too high. Whereas if you look at the actual overall input and money that people put into the economy that actually do come here and seek asylum and are granted asylum status, they put way more into the actual economy than what they take out of it, compared to somebody who is born and raised here that takes more out of it over the course of their lifetime. So again, these stats and facts aren't sexy, so they just don't get very far in the conversation. And it's really hard to tell somebody that in the street that is angry about the fact that they're being left behind by the government or whoever it is, and that life's really tough for them. And that's fair. but I just don't think it's going to fix you having your flag outside. Doesn't really fix the fact that you're underpaid at work, everything's going up in costs, public services are dying. Like those are the things you should be focusing your anger towards more. Fair enough. You can talk about that topic of people coming over and saying it's unsustainable. Yeah. I totally agree. It is unsustainable and it's not the right way to go about things. Yeah. But just alienating that one thing versus being pissed off at your MP or the government at why things are so bad as to what they are, or the previous governments that have been in charge, like that's a better place to channel your anger and to question and have conversation.
Yeah, it is, Indy, but everything you're saying is very logical and thought out. That's not how people are. Emotionally charged, tip of the iceberg, immigration, focused on one thing. You're right, everything under that iceberg is everything you've just said. For me, NHS, if I wanted to improve it, it's examine the state of the benefit system. Like I've just said, getting more people working would have a much bigger impact on a lot of these things. Being able to challenge people who claim they have mental health issues that stop them working. Big thing. Again, now
I don't even know the stats behind that. I'm not familiar.
Again, don't know the stats. I'm basing it on a few real life examples that I know. People who are claiming that they can't work and then they're seen going on holiday. There are just certain things where it's people are now so protected that you mention certain words and that's it, fine. You need time off. That's fine. Whereas before it'd be like, okay, clearly,
I think in public organizations it is. In private organizations, you're not getting that sympathy.
Yeah, and maybe that's the thing about public run institutions. They sometimes they just need to be run a bit more like a business, because just there are pockets of. I've told you this so many times, Indy. It's like I go to work sometimes at a hospital, and because there's so much chaos, it's very easy for people to hide in that chaos.
Yeah.
And you have the people who are giving 150%, right? Like just don't have a break. Barney been there, just there, man, like doing it. And then you have the others who just moan all day. This is what really grinds me, right? It's they moan about the government, they moan about their quality of life, all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, this is great, isn't it? Like, just bloody pity party. Like, this is why sometimes I put headphones in, even though I'm not listening to anything. I was like, I don't listen to your bullshit, man. Like, just
nice, yeah.
Nice,
bro. You get that in private organizations as well.
Yeah,
people are going to moan about the state of play with life.
Yeah.
That's how it is. One thing I did want to explain to people about the St. George's flag itself that I don't think a lot of people realize is, that St. George was actually not English.
He was Welsh?
No.
No.
Do you want to keep trying with countries? I didn't actually know this until recently. So someone said it, and I thought that's not true. And then I googled it and thought, holy fuck.
St. George's flag is I might get this wrong. The slaying of the dragon, right?
Yep.
Yep. I get this confused. St. David, so that's my sister's birthday. It's not that. Yeah, St. George's is to commemorate the slaying of the dragon, correct?
That's one part of the tale. Yeah, that's not the full story. Yeah.
Right. Is it a country from the United Kingdom or outside?
Outside the United Kingdom.
Interesting, but it's in Europe.
So St. George himself wasn't from England. That's the core point here.
Norway?
No.
Okay, I'll stop guessing now.
So I'm going to read this out. St. George was likely born in Turkey in 300 AD. He was a martyr executed in what would be known as Israel or Palestine today. He was martyred for not renouncing his faith. Churches were then dedicated to him in the 6th century. Now, by the time of the 13th century, King Edward III named St. George as the patron saint of England. And his story represented bravery and chivalry, values that are upheld in Christianity. So obviously the Christian monarch, and that makes sense, right? The meshing of the two.
Yeah, so he's a Christian person who gave Shahidi because he didn't want to presumably become Muslim. That's what it sounds like.
It didn't say Muslim. It just I tried to find out exactly what he was.
The countries who were in at the time of the Crusades, those are the two predominant items. Yeah.
So the flag was then used on ships and shields of soldiers and became associated with the English. So the St. George concept himself wasn't even English. So the English took something that wasn't theirs and claimed it as their own.
You're going to say, doesn't this sound like a familiar
Sound familiar, Baji?
Yeah.
Anji. And I think if people knew that, they'd be like, oh, that's interesting. And maybe it might change their perception of like English. It's like, okay, cool. But the flag you're waving isn't even from England itself.
Yeah, but then, and the thing with that is that question is what is from England? Like, I mean, Jamie said to me today, I was like, bro, what's the difference between British and English? He goes, Jazz, I see you as English, and I was like, oh right, and I was like, why? And he's like, because those two terms are synonymous. Because you're born here, and we're basically the same in terms of culture. And I'm like, huh.
And that's nice and refreshing. And I hope that really genuinely exists within everyone. The issues that I found is with this flag rhetoric that's come out, there's been a lot of racism that's popped up. So I've seen pictures online of a lot of Muslims get out posts right next to people people putting the flag everywhere. So for example, this was in Thornley, Bishop Auckland, which is northeast England. So I'm assuming it's maybe quite poor. It says, keep out the dirty Muslims, keep the dirty Muslims out of the village. They're child rapists. No HMO, Muslim HMO. They sprayed this outside of their house to show that they're there, which is similar to what happened in the 80s. Sorry, the 70s with the National Front. Yeah. Not a good look. And even with the videos that go viral on socials, guys on top of like, what was it? I think it was a shelter of some sort. And they were throwing the sortie up and down with the paintbrush in the end, the paint roller, putting it up and down, rolling it on the buildings. And everyone thought, yeah, that's fine. And then a Muslim lady walks by and they call her a raghead. So it's like, okay, I get you're proud of, and you're saying that you're doing this for patriarchal reasons, but the racism factor is what's scaring a lot of people that are minorities, and they're worried about that coming back again. And I just feel like history is very cyclical.
Yeah, I think that's agree. I think with most things, a cyclical market, a cyclical history, we're cyclical to a degree. The issue is conflation of issues. And sadly, those who are uneducated are now or will make it about a race thing. Again, like I said, it's like being English means you have to be white. And once it becomes that, then it's a different thing. Then it doesn't. Like I said to Jamie, I said, look, it's nice that you said that. So I'm born here, brought up here. But if I ever felt that it was unsafe for me, then, as someone who feels, let's say, more British or more English than somebody else who's coming in, then that's a bad state of play. Well,
yeah, because if you stop the borders and you close them down, and there's still problems in the country, who do you think goes next? It's the people that are here that look different to white people with that rhetoric and message. And that's us, bro. Like, regardless of whatever amount of money you make or what political class you're in or whatever, or party you support, it just comes down to simple color of skin. Like, you don't look like me, therefore F off. And that's the scary bit.
Although I think Reform have played it well. I don't know if you've seen their new spokesperson recently. He's doing rounds on social media. Have you seen him? Zia
Yusuf? Yeah, I've seen him.
Yeah. Son of two doctors. I don't know if he was specifically chosen to represent Reform, but that's a clever move on their part. Get a brown Muslim guy talking about Britain first.
Yeah, he left and then came back within the same day and claimed he was just tired. So there's a lot.
He did. Yeah.
So even though you say it's a clever play, the party's chaos. Like, a lot of shit's happening.
But they're saying the right. The thing is, it's
very easy to say the right thing, as we saw with Labour now. But it's very easy to say the right thing.
Exactly
but
my point.
Fixing it is not easy. But it requires a lot of fucking.
But no one cares about that, Indy. No one cares, and this is what I've realized now. It's all marketing to get into power, right? And then once you're in power, everyone's going to complain anyway. And then send you a term, and you can say I'm PM Bhangra. Like, I don't know if anyone genuinely wants to do it for the right reasons anymore. And I was watching a clip now of the debate, Sunak-Starmer.
And finally, watching all debates.
Yeah, but here's why. Because everything that Rishi was saying that's going to happen under Starmer, fact, he's like, this is going to go up. This is going to happen. Are we here? But at that point, everyone was like, oh, we need change. Fine. Labour. But it's just a thankless job, man. I don't know if anybody comes into office enjoys it, number one. And number two, can anything actually be fixed is the question I'm actually left thinking.
I think things can be fixed if you're willing to take radical approach. And people are supporting reform because they're willing to do a radical. It's not the right radical approach, because it's like, we're going to spend millions on public services. It's like, all right, big man, what are you paying for that?
Basic 20,
Basic 20. And if you say that and you come in and don't do it, people are going to be like, what the fuck are you doing? Why did we vote for this? Oh, no. And it's like, how we're on this little lag of the US all the time? I feel like it's coming eventually.
I feel the play them for reform is, because some of the financial stuff, again, not costed in, on paper sounds really good. It's like, right, income tax bracket up to 70 grand. If you work in the NHS, no income tax for 3 years. Great. Like, all this stuff sounds really good.
All cuts.
Right? Yeah. It has to be cut somewhere else. But they come in, they don't focus on that. They'll be like, but see, deport kar dena sare nu. And that gets the attention. Oh, these guys have done it. And then the rest of the manifesto just doesn't get executed. But that's been done. And that becomes their championing thing.
Which is exactly what Trump did or has done.
Which is what he said about lag. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So,
and he's done that, but he's also done a bunch of issues that have completely fucked the middle and lower class. Like, we spoke to Fresh. He said, what, a price of a oat latte is $10 in the US? I said, what? An oat milk latte? He's like, yeah, $10.
Which is what in our money? What's that in our money?
$10. Let's have a look.
£7?
Yeah, let's have a look. Let's just do GBP, USD to GBP, because I don't know what the rates were. Remember back in the day when the rates were like 1 to 2? I was like, oh, this is easy. And euros was like 1 to 1.5.
Yeah. Not like that anymore.
Anyway,
1.7 maybe.
$10 is £7.41.
Right. So I'm not a Starbucks drinker or a Costa.
£4.
But are they, right, even the big ones?
£4. Roughly looking about £4. And that's steep.
And where he's quoting, is that because it's New York prices though?
I don't know. It might be done state to state, but he's just saying what's his experience. Like eggs, as we spoke with other guests that have been on the pod and mentioned it, price of eggs out in America, crazy. So you can say you deported all these people, but your day-to-day living is still fucked. And is that what you want? Just think of the bigger picture, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, that's my 2 cents, man, about the flags. And shout out Aman again for his fantastic video. Crap me up. Happy?
Happy, bro.
Right, let's bring it back to things in our community.
Okay. Brownland.
Did you see the picture of the little Singh at Mossbros? The picture of the little Singh at Mossbros, have you seen it?
I did, and I saw his hench Jura.
Listen, those Jura gains, so beautiful.
Bro, like, it just makes you...
I reminisce about those days when, like, I had the loose, big gutti. Oh,
bro,
man.
when your balance was sort of low because your Jura was so big, you know?
Just great.
Falling over because you're like...
Maybe you were trying to do like a roly-poly. I know I've said this before.
Doesn't work.
So difficult.
Well, until you understand that actually, this is all about how they explain
your chin.
Well, yeah, and it's the matta that actually does the rolling, not the Jura.
But we thought the Jura was meant to because it's the most
prominent point.
It's the highest point of your head, so it makes sense.
Makes sense, yeah. If no one tells you, like, roll through it, right? But
nope.
Waves, man. Like, I don't know how that happens. I don't know if like he has an agent or I don't know how those things happen. But amazing, man, to see. Really,
so this
really
was submitted to us by Kinney, one of our followers on Instagram. She said her conversation in her family group chat was blowing up about it, and they're really split in opinion. So I found that interesting why they'd be split in opinion. I'm assuming the problem that people have is the fact that the kid's hair isn't covered.
Yes. But then the sub question, which we don't know, is if Mossbro said, this is the creative and you can't have his hair covered for the look, then you'd say, well, okay, Moss shouldn't be saying that. But at the same time, it's a child, which means that there's consenting parents to that. If it was imposed on them and they've said, oh, that we're okay with that, then that's on the parents, whatever, they're comfortable with putting out there. The softer point, what you're saying there is basically sick representation. So should we be showing our case uncovered? Obviously, look, I mean, you have your case uncovered. I have times where I'm not covering my hair, but doing it in private versus doing it in public. Your podcast is a public platform, but you choose to do what you do. Yep.
Look at me doing my best.
You do well. No, I didn't really mean to go off on you there. But
thanks, man. Thanks.
Yeah, love you.
I felt it. Yeah,
love you. Right, bring back Patka Indy. So yeah, but then the other side is, look, we're getting representation, right? And fine, yes, I agree. There is representation the wrong way. That definitely is the thing as well, right? You can be infamous, like we've seen with that gentleman in Florida, the truck driver who was there illegally and killed 3 people. You've seen the rounds going around. He's actually, I asked Kenny this. I was like, he's been shown in cuffs going around again, Jura out with no Patka or the star.
Yeah.
And I was like, has he not been allowed to tie the start? I don't think that would be allowed in terms of human rights. But then Kenny was like, I think he feels ashamed and therefore he shouldn't. Where's the
He might feel ashamed, or he just simply might not have been given the correct kapara. So it's a known fact that when some Sikhs are put in jail here in the UK, they aren't given the basic things needed to maintain their hair. So some of those guys don't have extra bug material. They don't have a gungi that's suitable for their bal. Like things like that aren't given to them sometimes when they're in. So there was a customer at my mum's shop who was actually a vicar, but he was
right.
Was he a vicar? He was a Punjabi, not vicar, but he was
the equivalent.
What's the word for him? Huh?
What, Gyani?
I think he was like a Gyani, but he was also operating and helping other people in the prison system as well, in the source of a vicar. So he filled the vacancy, but he wasn't a Christian vicar, but he was a Gair Singh.
The person of faith person.
Yeah. So he was then able to say, no, I'm bringing in this for those guys who need it because they need that to maintain their faith.
Yeah.
So maybe they don't have that in America, and he's not got that luxury to cover his head.
Maybe. But going back to Moss, where do you sit then? Representation versus respect for
I don't mind it, man. Think of the most famous people who are Sikh in the past, or the athletes. As we said, some of them have jura out, some of them don't have a good piontat, they don't have it covered.
No, Milkha
Singh?
No, but they had the Ramal. There's young Indy style. I've never seen an athlete not have it covered in some way. Hockey Singhs, all Ramals. I've seen Ramals. Yeah, I don't think I've seen anyone famous that's not had their...
Maybe that's what the kid was comfortable with on the day. Maybe that's how he's been maintaining his hair, and he wants it like that.
I think I speak for both of us. We're in no position to judge, and we're not judging. But I think props to him, man.
I like it, man. I think it's cool, and I hope he goes far in his career and he doesn't get too downbeat about this conversation. But those people who do disagree, tell us why. I'm assuming you're probably going to blame the parents. And blaming the parents for what reason? Because if that's how they choose to raise their kid, it's their choice, man.
Can I play devil's advocate on that point?
You can, go ahead.
Say that last one again. If that's how they
want to raise their kid,
what do you mean by that?
It's their choice.
That statement.
So if they want to raise their kid and keep his hair and not cover it, fine.
So the point there will be, then you're saying there is basic rehta which has already been given to us as Sikhs, so it's not for you. It's like saying, no, it's not like saying that, because that's Amritari. As an Amritari Sikh, the rehta is a bit more prescribed, let's say.
Correct, it is, yeah.
Pre that stage, I think there are still certain things which most people in public with gears would cover it. It's a fair statement.
Asking me? Really?
Yeah. No, but fine. I mean, you've made a choice or whatever, but I'm saying as a younger person, that would normally be the thing.
Yeah, I think I was always told to cover my hair when I was a kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the household I came from.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it is it's a rare
Hang on,
occurrence.
Are you honestly telling me that in and around Punjab, you've never seen kids or adults out with their gears out, just chilling in public? I've seen that a lot. And I've only been to India a handful of times. And is that not just their own choice and the parents' choice of what they think is okay for them to do?
Probably. I'm talking about Punjab here. I mean, I'm really trying to think.
I'm just talking about, if I take it back to the roots, which is Punjab, then...
Then it probably comes down to, if it's a formal occasion, it's like...
Well, he's in formal attire.
Yeah. No, I agree. I'm taking not this scenario, but say, if you're going to a party, you're going to the Gurdwara, you're going to school, you're probably covered. But if you're in your house and you're chilling and you're playing in the garden, maybe not. But
Gurdwara's different, man. Obviously, everyone knows they need to cover their bar. So that's not really the same. School and out and about. I mean, this is in public, like as I was out shopping and stuff, or like out walking in the streets. That's what you see.
Like I said, I'm only playing devil's advocate. Yeah, nothing more to say on it. Representation good, and I agree with you, at the discretion of the parents.
Little kid, good. Crack on, Singh. Do your thing.
Man. Yeah,
we'll support you. Look how cute he is, man. Listen, he's got a better look than we do, like a model look. If I tried doing that, I'd have like my lazy eye coming through and everything.
You got lazy eye?
Yeah, my left eye is like a little bit, or my right eye is a little bit more closed than my left every time I have a natural face.
Oh yeah, you got no.
I haven't noticed this about me.
I'm looking at it now. Your right eye, you got what we call ptosis. It's a bit droopy.
It's not droopy. It's just a little bit more closed.
Yeah, droopy,
it's not as bad as like Ramesh, but yeah.
No, bro, I'm not saying that, but yeah.
I can force my eyes open and look like this, but then it looks like I've got a desk there.
A bit creepy, innit? If you look at my eyes, they're actually different shapes. Look at them now.
Look into my eyes.
Yeah, one is more oval shaped. This one's more oval shaped, Indy, and this one is more circular. Look at them.
What do my eyes tell you about me?
Just look at them. Can you see it?
I'm not gonna lie, you're quite far away for me to see it, but that's okay.
Fair. Right, you can look at it next time.
I'll look lovingly into your eyes another time.
No, you won't. Just sit there and do your work. Yeah.
Do my work, okay.
Your podcast work, okay? Podcast kaam.
Shut up. My podcast work. Our podcast work.
I love how Riz came in and was like, I love that analogy.
Yeah, because it's wrong. That's
why. It's wrong, but it's funny wrong. And you knew I wasn't saying it to be a dick. No, I don't understand that analogy. No, guys, what we're talking about is the last podcast, where we're talking about football owners and managers, and the analogy of the podcast for that. Yeah.
Basically, Gunnar needed a really simple explanation of what a football team is, so I facilitated in that conversation.
Yeah, and then Indy got emotionally triggered over nothing.
I didn't get emotionally triggered. I just thought it was crazy how you needed me to tell you what a manager and an owner of a football club is.
Obviously, you knew what they were. It was about the roles. That's what we were talking about.
Okay.
I understood the money comes from the owner, but what did they actually do? Then you explained it, marketing and the buying of the players and that kind of stuff. That's not obvious because cricket doesn't work that way. So
they stump up the Berser.
Huh? Yeah.
They stump up the Berser.
Yeah. Thanks. I get it now.
Very good.
Manager Indy. Yeah. All right.
Co-owner.
No, I didn't say who the owner was. I just said you're the manager. That's all I said. Yeah, we're co-owners, but you're the manager.
Hot, man.
Sorry, my co-manager.
No, of course you are.
Nah, bro, I'm your first coach, man. You're the manager, man.
First coach. Okay.
Is that a position that's made it?
That's beneath the manager if you want
I know.
I
know. That's why I said it.
I just said we're equal in everything we do. It's all right.
Okay. Sanj, we know you're the co-manager. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Oh, that's right.
What do you mean? Oh, that's right. What are you trying to stir you to be saying okay for?
Marcus Gayani.
I just went ooh as I said a statement.
All right, droopy eye. Come on, move on.
Okay, oval-shaped eye. Right. Would you respond to this advertisement? Unprofessional Asian looking for 1 to 2 Dhol players for a funeral.
Yeah.
Only needed for 10 minutes at 11:15 a.m. and 10 to 15 minutes for 12:45 p.m. Thank you. What?
Yeah. No, the thing is, I understood what this actually meant.
Celebration.
Yeah. In the sense of, we don't know, this person might really love the Dhol, could have been alive, could have been like, Gushar Amal-esque type thing. And so to celebrate his life, he would have wanted, like having the bagpipes, right? It's something very specific. But obviously, we associate Dhol with kushi and entrances.
Bagpipes can be played gracefully. A Dhol is mainly used for a joyous occasion. So bagpipes can be played in like a sad way. A Dhol is just way. One way of playing.
Yeah, well, it depends obviously on the beat you play. Some are a bit more joyful, but some are a bit more calmer. What I mean? I agree, but at the same time, like I've been to a few. We don't have this at our, well, not the Sikh funerals I've been to, but Gauda funerals. They will play like certain songs, which are like proper, full-on songs in the church to celebrate that person's life because they love the song. So yes, it's a solemn affair, but sometimes when you want to, in the same way if it's a military one, you fire gunshots and stuff. It's just a way of marking it. And if that's the way they would have wanted to be honored, maybe they had a prior wish. Might have been like that. It's a fair. I understand the why, but if I'm the Dhol player, and you have a history of doing Dhol player impersonations.
What do you dress up as? Do you smile as you play it?
Right, and the gyrations.
Yeah, you can't be humping the door there, man.
You can't
be
do
very,
anything,
very
bro.
careful.
And you've got to,
be
there's
very
no
logical.
like 1, 2, 3, 4. None of that. So, yeah, like, presumably you come all in black, dressed like John Wick.
Would you come in a Sherwani or a black suit?
Black suit, I think.
Would you wear moja or shoes?
John Wick. John Wick. That's the dress code.
John Wick. Okay.
John Wick is the dress code.
Black tie.
I think you would maintain eye contact with the other dolly. You'd have your point of contact, which is tell me when to start, the nod, and tell me when to stop. Rest of the time, you're playing your beats. There's no like chuck mode. And
you're not trying to clap and get the crowd involved or anything.
Yeah. And there's no like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
It might be.
No. I think it would be. Oh, what door beat would you have for a solemn affair?
You can't, like, there's a...
Okay, it'd be this. You ready? You hear it? Or should I do the...
Yeah, but that's like a nothing beat. I don't know. I don't think that's going to get anything. They're going to want the full kitsch. They're going to want the full kitsch. That's why I'm smiling. Because I think that's going to get awkward. You may as well, at that point, if you've paid for me to be there, I'm putting on a show. Like, Jono, let's just give this 10 in it. Let's go for it.
So now it depends on, and we're going really deep in this. This is like, are you walking in the coffin? Right? So I don't know which part of the funeral this is. Right? Are you at the house? Are you back at crematorium? Where are you? But if it's somebody's done like a speech talking about this person's life, the eulogy, and they say, and now I'm going to hand it over to Dhol 10,000 over there, who are just going to,
Cloud 9,000, Dhol 10,000, let's go.
Oh my God.
Fucking caught you out red-handed, didn't I?
I don't know why they Clearly, that's what I'm just thinking about Armin, man. Yeah. Yeah, like if they give them like this, like build up, and now we're going to celebrate for a minute, guys, let it loose. Like if you've got a bit more of a, an in there, then that's different. But yeah, I agree. Even for that matter, I guess it's with any job, but the undertakers and the people that conduct the funeral programs.
Yes,
that's a very solemn affair. Every day,
it is.
I mean,
every day, that's your job. You dress up in that way. Get up in the morning, stand outside the house. You see people crying all the time.
Yeah.
Chauffeuring around a coffin each day. That's 10 miles an hour because you can't go that fast. Like, it's a lot of a slower pace, sad life. Must pay well.
I can only imagine. But yes.
So would you take that gig? Yes or no?
No, not at all.
No?
Plus, I don't have the stamina anymore. So, like, they'd say take it away.
But if you're playing those slow beats, listen.
Do you know what I'd need? I'd be the secondary dolly to the primary dolly, where even if I mess up the beats, he's holding it down. I'm just playing Jal in the background. That's basically it. Yeah, Dhol 10,000, bro. There we go.
New business made.
New business. There we go.
Indian Doctor times Dhol 10,000.
Trademarked.
Shout out company's house right now. Someone's going to pre-register it for us.
Banado. Oh, shareholder Banado. Oh. Dividend. Yeah, buddy.
Dividend on 0. Right, next segment. Bell me up, jingle bells.
It's been a while. It's been a minute, Indy. It's been a minute. Confessions of... Whoa, that didn't come out right. 1 second.
That was nice. No, what's happened? Oh,
I felt a bit of a tickle there. I need to give the fans justice. Ready? Confessions of Brown Monday.
Oh, Hanji, nice.
Still got it, baby. Still got it, baby.
And swad. Very good. Got it.
Hanji, das.
Ojala. Anyway, tell me what your first of all, happy anniversary to you and Shindy. How about that? Let's start on a nice note. This is real confessions. Happy anniversary. How many years?
These are real confessions.
8 years.
Yeah, because everything else talk about is just absolute shit that we make up. But this is
the most apt confessions ever.
Yeah. Yeah, been 8 years, man. 8 years.
Yeah,
you were there.
8 years. It's that great day.
Now, Sanj wasn't there.
She wasn't.
Sanj wishes she was there. So she said, Sanj's really funny. He said, can you guys get married again? And I attend. I said, yeah. And should we not invite Indy to keep it fair? She said, yeah.
Can try. Out of the principle, got it. Yeah.
Out of the principle. Principle's important, bro.
Yeah, principles are very important to people.
Yeah. And Indy's number one principle is, doesn't matter how close he is in your friendship circle, he's going to be next to the bride and groom in every opportunity.
And was I?
And the thing again is like, we've made this joke with other people who's done this too. But then this memory came up of us at the reception, and there, right next to Shindy, was Indy. Really eager, really smiley. And I said to Sam, we weren't even that close, man. I don't understand why he was so close. Just gets in. He gets in. He's uncroppable. He's uncroppable.
I record your photos. It's great.
He's uncroppable. Guys, if you invite this guy to your wedding, this is what's going to happen. Okay? He's just...
I'm going to stand right next to the bride or groom. Whichever side will have me. Let's go.
Yeah, that's it. That's what Indy does. So, yeah.
Photobomb their picture. See? Doing it from early.
Yep.
And now Sanj has adopted the same behavior. So there you go. I'm just saying.
She has. Yeah, learning from... yeah. Slowly becoming like Indy. Everybody wants to be like Indy.
We all become like our partners, don't we?
Everyone wants to be like Indy. That's it. Tell. What's your confession?
Come on. Tell me your confession then.
Oh, you want me to start with mine? You start with yours?
Yeah.
You start with yours?
Okay. I'm going to start with mine. Mine is, we made a Google Sheet and you were upset at my formatting. And this is a confession because for years, you've touted me as the one who cannot organize or plan anything. And then all of a sudden...
Wait, no, pause. Because you don't.
No, because I don't want to. I don't want to.
Exactly, so you don't.
I don't want to. I can.
So you don't, though.
I just choose not to.
But you don't then.
I don't want to.
Yeah, agreed. You don't want to, but you don't then. Because you don't want to.
That's not the same.
How is it not the same? I've said if the output is the output and you don't do it, irrespective of the motivation, I don't want to do it, I can't do it. It doesn't make a difference.
Look, I don't need to do it. I've got two very ample planners in my life.
Okay.
I've got Goran and Assange. It's fine.
Okay.
Come on.
Carry on with the point.
So we jump into this sheet. We start making it, me, you, on Saturday night.
We're doing it live.
On the call.
Yeah.
I was making the sheet and you're like, this looks horrible. This looks shit. Oh, this is...
You know what it is? He started with corporate grey, which I didn't understand.
No, I started with corporate grey to give me a basis of what I wanted to look like, and I was going to make it look pretty later. But I chose a colour, and you were like, ugh. I was like, can you just wait before you start passing judgment, please, on how this is going to look? And you're like, okay, fine. Then I did it. Then you're like, okay, why is the date centered to the right? And this one is centered to the left. Please put them all to the left. I was like, Goran, I do center for everything.
It's coming.
You're like, ooh, okay. And then I said, and I wrap text. You're like, ooh, okay. And then I said, I merge cells.
Wait. That's it. When I saw that mouse hovering towards the merge, that was probably, man, I was a little bit kind of turned on then. I was like,
man.
I was like, Indy, merge, got there.
Formatting.
Merge. Just do that merge, man. That big cell. I was like,
formatting, baby. That's what I was doing.
Formatting is key, man. And then you could see it taking shape. And then I wanted this border on this thing, and you weren't happy with that border. But then you
wanted like a thick border to go around like our table of scheduling for each podcast. And I said, Goran, no. And you said, why? It needs to be there. I said, it does not need to be there. It looks completely readable as it is. And then you said, no, I'll show you the finance document we have. I was like, okay, go on.
Wait.
The finance document.
Pause. No, that wasn't about the border. So that was funny.
You're like, it's clean, bro. It's clean.
No. I was like, bro, at the end, we have this red bar, right? Which denotes the end of the year. That's what it was. I showed it to you.
He highlights the whole row and puts it in red. The whole row from like A to double Z.
End of the financial year. And then he's like, so three takeaway points that I learned from Indy that day. One was, what does the corporate style look like? Two was you can hide grid lines to make it look clean. I did like that. That's really good. I've actually put it on all my sheets now. And number three is how to delete cells, so I don't need the red line at the moment. And then, but then Indy does have this OCD about spacing and gapping. So I need one empty cell here, and then two in between.
Yeah, I need an empty cell to the left,
right?
Empty cell to the right of my sheet. Everything else in the middle is okay. Then in between tables, you have to have one empty cell for cleanliness purposes.
Space.
So that was pretty clear. But then I said to you, Goran, I do this as a job. Like at work, I make presentations and tables. I make them look pretty. Just bear with me. And you were like, okay. Your one was like, we open your sheet. It has this highlighter yellow colors and bright red text. And you're like, this looks so good. I said, Goran, it's a fucking eyesore. My God. My eyes hurt, man. You know how people browse in like dark mode on phone now, yeah?
I don't.
For some reason, yours was still on light mode. And I looked at it and I was like, what the God, it's 10 p.m. at night. Why?
Yeah, I hate dark mode. Our Google Drive's in dark mode. I've changed it back a few times, but you keep changing it back. So
I do keep changing it back. I need it in dark mode.
Yeah, light mode's not much better, but it's fine. Yeah, I was I'm quite impressed. I was like, Indy got some skills, man. Doesn't talk about them.
I don't need to. And then I can organize things, but I just don't want to. See?
It's fine. Sanj, we have our new person to delegate to now, the manager. The co-owners will delegate to the manager here. And that's it.
What? Sorry, what? I missed that.
That's just finally good. I was just waiting for something, Tika. But on the next holiday planning, we're going to get you to do some new stuff. You're good, man. You're good. I was quite impressed.
You know exactly the
you know what?
Play.
But what I didn't
like.
Going to be
wake up, eat breakfast, eat lunch, eat dinner, go to bed. That's it.
What I didn't like, Indy, was when you put that bullshit italics in. Right? Don't be giving me bold.
No, italics are important,
bro.
Bold and italics are important.
No, oh my god. Oh yes, forgot the biggest ick. And you were like, right. So we got this header and then subheaders and then the main body of the text, right? So they need to be differentiated. How do we do that? And then it's got that base layer. Oh my god, base layer 10. PC. He goes to the top one. A bloody 20 on it, Indy. You're triggering me now, right? You need to.
What's wrong with that?
10, 12, 14. Right,
no, I was going to go 20, 15, 10.
No. And it was just like, he's like a child on paint. And I was like, why is this text a
child on paint?
He's like, really
You're calling me a child on paint with your highlighter yellow.
No wrong with highlighter yellow, okay?
Okay, 2000's accountant. Yeah.
My accountant really likes it, okay? He gets it.
Yeah, I bet he does. How old is he? 74, right?
He's very old. Oh, God. You got to know your market, Indy. You got to know your market. But
thank you.
So that was fun. That was genuinely fun. Oh, and Indy's you have become the master of hyperbole as well. I've got to say.
What am I doing?
No, the build up to that was bro, got bare tasks, man. All these tasks building up, loads of big tasks.
We did have a lot of tasks building up. We still haven't finished them.
Yeah, but when you sent it to me, we've got one big task to do. Everything else was like literally 2-minute job. And I'm happy
it wasn't a 2-minute job.
They weren't big things. It was like decision on
this. It wasn't a 2-minute job. They required me and you to talk about them all before we did something. That's a fair statement.
No, when we talk now, in between, we start talking about AJ, which you're going to tell me the confessions about. We're talking about this. We're talking about your formatting. Like, we just have jokes, right? But the reason why that's important is because if it's all work talk, you get all like, we're not spending time together and we don't talk to each other.
That's not true.
It is true. And I know you like it.
That's not true.
I know you like it, which is why I take it there. But then,
not true.
I also play another game. What's the other game I play with you?
Key.
There's the game I play with you on Zoom or when we're trying to do work, when we're talking.
Which one?
It's just how long can I keep this guy in the call and stop him sleeping?
Oh, that one. Yeah, I'm like, I need to go now.
No, you don't need to go anywhere. I was like, you don't need food. It's fine. You hadn't had food that night as well. Remember, you're like,
I was bare hungry, man.
I need to decompress now. I was like, no.
I was like, let me eat, man. I'm hungry. It's 11 o'clock. You're like, no, let's keep talking. I was like, God, fuck off, okay?
I was like, you always
Your baby's going to be awake in 6 hours. Go to bed.
You always want to talk. You always like, we don't talk to each other, Karan. I was like, bro, we're talking on a podcast. We do work. No.
Karan.
But no. But we don't talk to each other.
No, Karan, that's not true. That's not true. In that conversation, we had to have extensive galla about each individual task, and I needed your input. You started with the preamble galla for like about 20 minutes. B meant either side.
Because I had to warm you up in it. I know you don't like going straight to
warm me up. I was okay. I was tired.
No.
The reason why I was tired is because I spent all day painting with Dad. Right. So my father-in-law and me, AJ, Asli Jat, Dad.
That's it.
He came over and I love Dad to bits, but Dad is like a very efficient man. So he wants things done quickly. So I knew as soon as he rocks up to the house, it's like straight in there. Let's go. Like no sit down, preamble. Jar. It's like no straight in there. Changing kapare. Let's go.
Stretch? Yes, he does bring a change of clothes. You said this.
He brings like special change of clothes to them every time.
Jeans?
Because he doesn't want the paint kapare to go on his car seat after he goes home. Which I understand. Very, very most handymen all do that. I get it. Yeah.
Does he stretch before working on?
No, he doesn't stretch. He went gym in the morning, get it? First thing, you know?
Every machine.
Remember? He goes to the gym 5:30 in the morning. Every machine in the gym and then comes home.
4 rounds of toast.
4 rounds of toast, yep, after he comes back. Yep, that's done. Yeah. So Dad's painting the room and I've learned a technique in painting which is called cutting in. And I learned this off my jidja, but it's one of the most tedious things ever because you're trying to get the line perfect from wall to wall. So let's say I've got a wall that's white and I've got a bit beneath that's blue. I want to try and get that line to look nice and crisp, as crisp as I can, but it takes a while. Dad was of the opinion just paint over it once and then paint over the bottom and then you're fine. I said, Dad, I want to do it my way. He's like, no, do it this way. I was like, Dad, I'm doing it. I know it's long. I know that I'm being difficult, but I need to do this my way because I'm already dirty. I already need to wash my hair. Let me just take my time now. Like I'm all the way in. I may as well just take my time and try and enjoy this and get something out of it.
Did you what you just said there to Dad? You said in English or Punjabi?
English.
Oh, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Dad,
I can't say that nicely in Punjabi.
Dad, मैं इद्दां करना, Dad. नहीं, Daddy, ਅਸੀਂ इद्दां करना. Do you call him Dad or Daddy?
Dad.
Okay.
I don't call anyone Daddy. No, I don't do that. But that's a jokes one. Daddy. Yeah, that's a jokes one. No one does that.
Okay.
Mummy, no one does that. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, you have to think. You're like, do I? Or
no, I was thinking. I was like, do you call my mum mummy? He was like, no. What's the affectionate word you use for your mum?
Mum.
Is there any other play on it that you have, or is it always just like mum?
As a kid, it was Mummy G and Daddy G.
Oh, little.
And then that died real quick. So yeah.
Fair. Okay. Cool. So AJ's in there.
Anyway,
he's trying to kill
Dad's
it.
in there. Yeah. And we have a bed frame in the room, which we're moving around. Dad starts doing the ceiling with the roller, and he's got like a sorti, similar to the ones that EDL were using up and down the high street. Yeah.
Right.
So he's got that, rubbing it up and down on the top. And then he starts pushing the bed frame really aggressively. And I said, Dad, with his arm, he's just shoving it. I was like, Dad, nicely with the bed frame. It's fragile because it was donated to us from Sanjay's sister, but she didn't need it anymore. So we're like, spare bed frame, new house, we'll take it.
Of course.
He shoved it so hard. I said, Dad, please be careful. He's like, Tika. I pushed it again and I heard it. I was like, that's broken. Something's broken. He's like, nothing's broken. I said, I'm standing on a ladder at this point, trying to like clean bits at the top. And I said, I can see the leg is bent. And he's like, it's not bent. And then Sanjay's like lifting the bed saying, no, Dad, it's bent. And he's like, I can't see it. She said, Dad, why don't you bend down and take a look? Yeah, he looks down. The leg was like meant to be straight. It bent like this. And he said, it's meant to be like that. I said, no, it's not. It's not meant to be like that. He said, it will. If you lie the bed flat, it will be fine. I said, no, don't lie the bed flat. If you lie the bed flat, it's going to creak. It's going to give. What are you doing? What are we on about here?
In this scenario, you can only talk to your in-laws in a certain way.
No. I can exercise dry privilege because I've caught him red-handed here.
No, what I mean
I've seen what he's done.
Are you hoping for Sanj to take the shot?
No. I know that me and Sanj are going to do this, both of us, because Sanj has seen it, so she's on side with it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know she's on side, but she having the sterner word, and you're just like, or you having
remember. I think both of us said like, Dad, it's broken. We need to fix it. We can't just leave it flat.
But the straight denial.
Sanj did not say to Dad, you broke this. How dare you? It was like, Dad, it's broken. We need to fix it.
Yeah.
And Dad's like, no, it's fine. We're like, Dad, it's broken. No, it's meant to be that way. Dad, it's broken. Okay, go and get the sealant. There is no.
Sorry.
Oh, I broke it.
Yeah, acknowledgement.
It's like, okay, fine. Yeah. I denied it.
No. The translation says, okay, if you think it's broken,
I'll fix it for you.
Yeah, just ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸੋਚਦੇ ਆ ਟੁੱਟਿਆ because ਮੈਂ ਤਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਤੋੜਿਆ. No.
I'll fix it for you. So then we got the sealant, had to apply it all around, try and stick it in place with the wood, ripping all the kapre off the bottom of the underlay to try and get through to it. And then he drilled in on one side. He said, it's fixed. I said, no, it's not. He said, it is. I said, Dad, if I push it this way, it bends completely. He said, the other side's broken. So he tried to drill through that, but there's foam, so you can't get through. So I said, so what we're going to do. So get sealant. So we got sealant, stuck it together. We said, it's fine. And I said, okay. And I thought, are you just not going to admit that you broke it? Like, I heard it crack. I saw it crack.
This is you in your head thinking this, though.
Yeah, of course. I'm not saying that. I'm not going to say it to him out loud.
But Dad...
I'm not going to be like, Dad, sorry, kya? I want apology. I'm not going to say that.
Dad, ਤੁਸੀਂ admit ਕਰੋ. Admit ਕਰੋ. ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਗਲਤੀ ਸੀ.
Oh.
You like that, do you?
Oh, that sounds aggressive.
Yeah.
What's a nice way of saying that? Dad, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਗਲਤ ਕੰਮ ਕੀਤਾ?
नहीं, it's hard, isn't it? You want to say honestly. Dad, ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ Dad, ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਦਿਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੱਚੀ ਗੱਲ ਸੋਚਦੇ ਹੋ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ no, okay, this is how you say it. Dad, this is how you say it, Indy. You ask a question rather than saying it. You'd have to say, Dad, ਇਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਤਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਟੁੱਟਿਆ ਹਨਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ ਤੋੜਿਆ you know the old Russell Peters thing, somebody gonna get hurt. I'm not gonna say who, right? So you're gonna say ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ ਤੋੜਿਆ and then you say, Dad, ਮੈਂ ਤਾਂ ਪੌੜੀ ਤੇ ਸੀਗਾ ਮੈਂ ਤਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਤੋੜਿਆ. And then you want to say, who could it be? but Daddy,
ਕੌਣ ਕੀਤਾ Daddy?
But Dad, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਪਤਾ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਪਤਾ ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਪਤਾ ਤੇ ਸ਼ਾਇਦ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਪਤਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹੱਥ ਲਾਇਆ ਸੀ ਤੇ ਸ਼ਾਇਦ maybe, right? Giving a bit of leeway there.
Shared meaning what?
Perhaps.
Oh, okay.
ਸ਼ਾਇਦ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਹੱਥ ਐ ਲੱਗ ਗਿਆ ਤੇ ਉਹ
ਜੋੜ ਨਾ ਮਾਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ
ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਫੋਰਸ ਪਾਤਾ ਹਾਂ ਜੋੜ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਲਾਤਾ ਤੇ accidentally ਟੁੱਟ ਗਿਆ ਸ਼ਾਇਦ right? All these caveats. But that thing, you got to start with that question, Indy. Daddy, ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਤਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਟੁੱਟਿਆ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ ਤੋੜਿਆ no, and then ਕਿਹਨੇ ਤੋੜਿਆ ਮੈਂ ਤਾਂ ਹੀ ਤੋੜਿਆ ਯਾਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਤੋੜਿਆ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੱਸੋ.
They'll never admit it, man. Ever in a million years. My God.
Oh,
so
God.
yeah, that was it. And then obviously I'm doing the cutting in at the end and he's just watching me. And I said, Dad, do you want to go home? And he's like, yeah, I want to go home. I said, fine, you can go. Don't worry, I'll do the rest.
I've been there.
So, yeah, shout out Dad. He did it in record time, in fairness. Like it was done by like 7. And then I was doing like little touch-ups until like about 9-10. So yeah.
And then we had the catch-up. Yeah.
Then we had our catch-up. So yeah, that was my confession. Getting desi dads to admit they're wrong. Virtually impossible. What did you have? What the?
So it's my cousin's wedding. By the time this come out, it's obviously already happened. And so last night, Jago night, and Indy, that moment happened, man. She's a
Wait, Jago last night on a Tuesday night?
Bro, it's wedding week, man. You just do whatever, innit? And she's a bhangra person as well. Shout out to Aston, bhangra crew. So all her bhangra friends are there.
ABC? Is that their initials?
No, I don't know what they're called.
I was going to say that seems too cliche.
No. Aston Bhangra Society, ABS.
ABS.
Yeah, Aston Bhangra Society. So all
ABS
friends are there.
is in like the system in a car. ABS, what is it? Airbags.
Anti-braking system.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. You happy? Shall I move on the story?
Sorry,
you're sharp now.
ABS, anti-braking system.
Oh yeah, great, nice. Okay.
Listen, this is a rite of passage, man. Every acronym has to go back to its roots first before you can acknowledge it and move on. Okay, thank you. It's true, man.
Root bloody Latin ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੀ ਸੀ? ਕੀ ਸੀ? ਮਤਲਬ ਕੀ ਹੈ? So they were ripping on the dance floor. And then it happened.
Young knees.
Yeah, as in we were on the outside clapping, watching the young ones. And I was like, oh, that used to be us.
Yeah.
It's not us. Now, still laid it down yesterday. Still broke out some moves, right? Some of the youngers are saying, you know, I said to them, you guys are really good. And they said, no, Paji, you're OG Bhangra.
No, it's OG. No.
OG. That's what I said. OG Bhangra.
OG, Unk. They're calling you Unk.
Yeah, you'll be respect there. But, bro, I had pain in the most weird muscles. Like, there was a bit, I did a move, and then I came off, I can't remember moving, I came off the dance floor, sitting down, and I had pain in one lat. Like, so specific. And I was like, bloody hell, man, can you get that? Like, I've just torn this lat muscle. Like, I do pull-ups twice a week. No problem, right? I do like a little bit of like chuck, full out bhangra, and I'm just, yeah, man.
Do you know what you need to do, Karan?
Need to do bhangra more often. Yeah. That's it.
Yoga.
Yeah, that's, man, tu kehti gal, man. I had it so good in those 2 years of lockdown, that period. I was consistent, man. I had no body aches, and yoga's tough, man. And then that went away, got busy again with life, yoga charta. But yeah, you're right. Yoga is the investment. There you got it.
So you became the man on the edge. How did it feel to look at the man in the mirror?
Yeah, man. I was like, oh, okay, Tika. My next step is sitting down. Then I was like, Beke bek javanna, babbe pangare paunde ne. Yeah, not far. So just get the sortie, do the sortie.
Yeah. It's called a shoulder press, yeah.
Yeah, it's called a shoulder press, yeah. So yeah, that was my confessions on my anniversary, the juggle. So Shindy and I had a little good dance. Ekam fell asleep. She was good. Yeah, and actually, when my other cousin got married, her sister 2 years ago, that was when Shindy was pregnant with Ekam. And her life was so different, man. Like, it was just one of my cousin's Masiyan was like, yeah, like, so different now seeing you as a parent, because like before, you'd be the guy running around, doing everything, organizing, just, bhangra till the end. And now just changing nappies, bro, and, doing what you got to do and feeding and...
it also gives you a reason to leave early.
Which we didn't, though, because it's like first cousins.
Yeah, you could. I'm not about in like other events.
Yeah,
like, okay, I'm leaving now.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, here's the second part of the confession. So, at points, I was going to do certain things like get the pram, get juttiyan, put nappies away, get pani for the table. And inadvertently, look, there's a mix of obviously family and friends there. And obviously, with Ikam and how busy life is, you don't see people that often. So it's just natural that people want to catch up. And there were a couple of people, DJ included, shout out to Jeevan, the DJ, and shout out to Simran, who is Sonia, my cousin's friend, who are big podcast fans. Simran's actually funny. She was like, I've been your podcast fan since day one. And I asked Sonia to introduce me to you at Simran's wedding, which is a couple of years ago when you guys went that big. But she didn't do it. And so now it looks like I'm a new fan, but really I'm an original fan. And I was like, I believe you.
You should do trivia. What was the first episode?
It was actually
Were you there when I was wearing a parka or when I wasn't wearing a parka?
Yeah, exactly. Have you really been?
Were you there when I had short dari or big dari?
Some good questions, Indy. These are good trivia.
Were you there when Indy was in the white room, in his flat, or in his house?
Oh yeah, your white room. I forgot about that. My chain of thought. Yeah. So it was really funny, Indy, how people who wanted to speak to me about the podcast, it's like I'll be walking to do something, and then people stop mid-conversation. So I'm walking past, and I'll be like, I really love your podcast, or I'm your biggest fan. I follow you. And the conversation just starts, and you're like mid-flow, and you're like, oh, right, okay. And then you want to have a conversation now. So then, obviously, I'd come back to Shindy with whatever I was supposed to have done, but later than expected.
She's angry because you were meant to, I'm assuming, bring her food?
No, it wasn't food. She was at the table. She did, Shindy played both our foods, which was really nice. It was just random things, but it was you need to get better at either telling people you're mid-task or bring people with you as you're walking.
Yeah, but like, walk with me.
Sounds really easy, isn't it? I mean, obviously, when you say all these solutions, like, oh yeah,
just say walk with me. It's fine. I've done that to people. I'm like, yeah, I'm in the middle of something, but just walk with me. We could talk. It's fine. But I learned that in the office. So.
Right. Okay, yeah. I don't have any other social setting where I use that technique.
Surely you need people to walk with you in the hospital.
No, not really. They just come to me and then we have conversation. I'll be in a room, right? So I'm in my room mainly.
Oh.
And then so they'll come and then we have a conversation and then they leave.
Or the knockers come to you.
Okay.
Doctor, please.
Are you Dr.
Please,
Jess?
tell us a wise one what to do.
Yeah. Indy's here in the waiting room again. I was like, oh, you can F off, mate. There's nothing wrong with him.
I got private insurance now. All right.
Oh, big man, okay. Big man. What private A&E are you going to go to then? Doesn't exist, mate. Private insurance. No one's touching you with a barge pole.
It's called Just Gotta Sing Marvy's Home.
Yeah, I've got this problem. The thing is, you're telling me you got a problem.
I actually never call you about that.
You don't, and that's fair. You don't. But if you ever did, then
we have friends that do call you about stuff like that.
We do. Yeah.
And even you're like, you're not dying.
Well, that's Sanj. Sanj, check it. Sanj, how is he? But obviously, Sanjay never thinks you're unwell. She's just like, nothing. It's nothing. Tiga, it's fine. It's breathing, it's fine. Tiga, all good. I was like, fine, Sanjay. If it's not something you're concerned about, then I'm not concerned. It's fine.
There you go.
But so I need to improve my things. I have excellent communication skills, apart from when I need to get out of conversations.
So it's not that excellent then, is it?
The thing is...
mediocre at best.
Oh, wow, what a wanker.
No one... Hang on. Just for context, you're calling me the wanker. No one says they're excellent to anything.
What do you mean?
No one says, "Oh, I am excellent at this."
No,
that's not normal.
No, I think
people say I'm good at it.
No, I'd say my strongest skill set is communication.
Oh, okay, all right.
In the context of if somebody's coming in and they're concerned about, I don't know, whatever they're concerned about medically, I'm talking here, the ability to build instant rapport very quickly that allows them to share.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about this level of communication of leaving a conversation.
Oh, yeah. But the thing is,
I
am excellence, right? In the medical excellence team, Indy, all right? It's all about excellence. I think Shindy feels that I continue conversation, like I egg them on, like I keep asking them questions. But why do you like the podcast?
Tell me more.
No. No. But I'm trying to not be rude. I'm trying to look for that in, to not shut them off mid-sentence. But yeah. So I'll work on that. I'll report back.
If you made it this far on the podcast, please comment Mr. Excellent beneath, just so we know. Thank you.
Yeah. I think, yeah.
Wow. Sensational. Beautiful. Thank you for that fantastic moment. Anything else? I see you want to do a shout out.
Yeah, I think I've already given it. So shout out to Jeevan, the DJ last night who listens to the podcast with his missus, and I asked again, what do you enjoy about it? He said, bro, we see a clip and then it becomes a full-on discussion and then we debate it. And I said, that's great. And actually Simran, the other person who was talking about, she's in marketing, she's an analyst, and she was just saying how, I said, we can't measure that. There's no metrics for offline conversations. Yeah. But I said the kind of soft metric for that is when people come to us and tell us or message.
That's nice. It is nice.
And I said, that's why we do it. And then both of them said, look, it's about relatability. It's about, not too serious. That was the thing that kept coming across. It's like, you do talk about serious stuff and you do talk about Sikhi and you do talk about this, and this, but it's not like a lecture. And I said, yeah, that is the point.
Keep it fun, man.
And then some of, so we're the Dadke, right? So some of the Nanke side who are from Canada, one guy, he was like, bro, man, your content's everywhere. It's on my For You page. Your clips are going viral. And then his cousin, he was so funny. He was like, oh, it's you. He's like, I see content everywhere, but I didn't realize it was you. And I was like, that's really good. The fact that you didn't know it was me, but you like the content genuinely, like completely objectively.
Were you wearing at the start?
Yes, I was, yeah. It wasn't for that reason, though.
No. I just thought that might have made it difficult for people to notice you. That's all.
Yeah. But, yeah. That's it. The shout outs to those two people. Thank you.
I'm sure you have more from this weekend.
Yes, probably.
Can't wait for next week's episode.
Thank you, bro.
No, all good. Good episode. Dhanyavad. Thank you.
Dhanyavad.
Thank you for listening, people.
Dhanyavad.
See you soon. What?
Dhanyavad.
Oh, God.
आपका स्वागत है.
Goodbye.